and the lights of the island. You see the light parts. So this will be the light parts, the lighted part that they will have. That's why I'm going with some orange and brown. Then later on I'll go with darker colors. So instead I went to dark. And then I can have some reflection of this also. Yeah, you see what I mean? A little bit, not as much. I can have some few of them. This I put there, I don't like it, I'm going to correct it. Here. This one, I have to correct that. Okay. It's not I don't like the color, I don't like how I put it. Now we go for the greenish parts. And then I go green, yellow, and orange because I want a light color. Okay. I want a light color, let me see. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this is light but it's under the other tree, therefore it's not really light, it's on the shadow of the tree. Therefore it's not that brilliant. It's not that light green, it's lighter than it's underneath, but it's dark also because it's under the shadow of the big tree which will go on top. And remember, you have white spots, you can leave it there, okay? I don't have that many here, but I have some here. I'm trying to create some here. Okay. And now we're going to trace the big tree. Well, however, I can put some of this green also here. A little tiny touch. See a little tiny touch here also. What happened is I have the camera almost on top of the painting, then it's difficult for me to reach that side, but it's okay. Let's now go for green, orange, and yellow, and try to do this. See what I'm doing? For light colors now, add a little water. This will be this part of the tree. Now I have to go to the other side, to the other side of the tree. We'll go here. This will be the other big tree I told you. There doesn't have to be only one tree, it could be a combination of 2, 3, or 4 trees. That on the island. Okay. Now here it can, no, I don't want that color there, I want a different color, I want a different kind of green. Therefore I'm going to go for a different kind of green with yellow and green. Let me see. Okay. And I told you it's under the shadow of the tree. Even though it's lighted, it's not that light. Okay. So here a little bit. Tiny touch of that green. And now that to deal also. I forgot the orange of that. Now I don't remember where I put it. I have to create it again. And it's better with the same orange and brown. for the rocks here, remember? I told you that we're going to have a rock. Another one. Okay, then I have to switch paintbrush. Wait a little bit, dry it, and try to make it soft on the bottom, you see? With a little humected paintbrush. But it's dry, but it still has some water, it's humid. Then it softens the color without allowing it to bleed into the other color because it doesn't have that much water. If it has more water, then the color would bleed into the other parts of the water, the blue, and I don't want that. Now we have to do the definition where this comes. And trace a blue line here. This is the definition where this goes there. Kind of fall. So you have there. I have to bring it down a little bit and make it look like if it is water, you see. And so my spot has to be darker, then I go and reinforce it. For example, here a little darker. There is the shadow of the tree there, the shadow of the tree here. Okay. I dry it. That's too dark. Okay. It's not perfect, but remember I always tell you, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking to create the effect, the illusion that there is something there. For the moment, that's enough for me. Now I'm going to try to create the small trees I told you there'll be here, maybe one or two. Let's see, we have one here. We have another one here coming up there. For the moment, that's enough. Let's see here, this one coming up. It's going there. There is another one coming here. It's going there. Okay. And now what I have to do is just to add detail. For example, in the vegetation on the trees, I have to create a different green that will go on top of that in order to give the impression that it is really a vegetation. And I also have to work in the details of the islands here in the reddish part, the part where the rocks will be. Make a little more green here and create also a little bit of maybe in this little dot that are there are mistakes, maybe a little bird in there. And in the reflection also I have to work. But if you notice like this, just simply like this, if you see it like this will be a good exercise for you to make it very simple like this. You see it's very simplified, the trees are simplified, the water is simplified, everything is simplified. Now, let me start working, as I told you before, on the islands. I'm going to take orange and a little purple, and I'm going to make a little darker color than the one we have in there. And then we're going to start like this. You see? There's just little touch, not everywhere, but in some spots. Little touch, and then with the number 2, I do the same thing. I wait a little bit, and then I come and in some spots soften it. Like that is not that, like cut, you see what I mean? And then in the other side, do the same. I go more or less when it's in the spot that is darker, and I reinforce it. Then I go with the other paintbrushes that I have ready. It's a good idea to have 2-3 paintbrushes always working with you. Like that, you have more control of what you're doing. If something you don't like it, you can immediately correct it while it's wet. Now, I want to go now for the green. See, however, if this is not completely dry, it's not a good idea. Let me dry a little bit here the tape because it has a lot of water coming out that direction. See? Here also, because that will come out